Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. I apologize if the heat is super loud. Our forced air is just ridiculously loud, but I don't want to turn it off because otherwise it is very cold in here. Anyway, today I'm going to be just vlogging a day in my life of doing my internship. I usually have to do my internship between 15 and 16 hours per week, but that kind of depends on the week. Sometimes I do more one week, sometimes I do less. It just evens out in the end. And then I'm also still in school on top of that, so I have to kind of balance out doing internship work and school work. This week is actually my finals week. Well, technically next week is my last week of classes, but pretty much everything is due before the last class, so I consider this my finals week. So I do have a lot of school work to do as well. Today is Thursday, and Thursday is always my busiest day as far as internship work. So I usually wake up around 7 and just kind of do my whole skincare thing, and then come out here and make my coffee. Then I just kind of spend the first hour in the morning drinking my coffee and eating breakfast, and then catching up on anything I guess that I can do while I watch TV. I'm watching the season 21 of SVU right now. And for breakfast here, I'm just having a hard-boiled egg and some apple slices. Then I always drink my big glass of water in the morning. So most of my internship work is in the afternoon, so I try to finish the majority of my schoolwork in the morning. So before I get ready for the day and stuff like that, I am just going to work on my schoolwork. I have a book review that I have to work on for my practicum class, which is a little bit frustrating because I feel like it's just more busy work. I also have to watch the lecture video for that class. And then my other class is interventions with children and adolescents. And I have a final paper to work on for that. And then there's also a reading that I have to do today for that class. I also use this time in the morning to respond to any emails if I need to. It's now about 9:30 and I am getting ready for the day. Even though I work from home, I usually always do my hair and makeup because I'm still seeing people on camera, so I don't know, I want to look somewhat presentable. If I'm not actually seeing clients, then a lot of the time I won't even bother. I've been kind of experimenting with different ways of applying my makeup recently because my skin's just been very difficult, and I have found a way that I think is probably my favorite way I've ever tried to apply my makeup. So maybe I will film a tutorial on that soon. I also usually still dress as if I'm going into the office. This is still my pajamas, I'm not dressed yet. But I guess from the shoulders up, people see me on camera and it looks more professional. Also, it's kind of a mental thing for me. If I dress nicer, I'm usually more productive than if I just wear my sweatpants. Okay, so here is the outfit I'm wearing. It's this halter tank dress with this little opening here, and it goes down to about my knees. I don't actually know where this is from because my mom got it for me, but the brand is Almost Famous. And then for my shoes, I'm just kind of wearing these white flats that I got from Shein. Thursday is my grocery shopping day, so I'm on my way to the grocery store. I prefer to go as early as possible in the morning because I want to get it over with, and also I like making sure I have enough time to get home before my afternoon meetings. And also if you go to the grocery store early on a Thursday morning, there's just not many people there. So I just got back from the grocery store. I found these flowers. They're St. Patrick's Day flowers, and they were already marked down to $5. And it's crazy because it's not even St. Patrick's Day yet, so I don't know why they were marked down already because they still look pretty nice. All right, it's about 11 o'clock now. I just put in a load of wash, so that's probably going to be pretty loud too. Now I'm just gonna kind of go back to doing schoolwork and the assignments that I have for like this first part of the day. It is about noon now and I'm just having some lunch. Made a salad, or what would I guess be known as like a house salad. So it's just like lettuce and cucumbers, tomatoes, croutons, cheese, all of that. Okay, so now it is about 12:30. I just finished lunch and now is kind of when I start like my practicum work day. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is writing my documentation notes from the client that I saw yesterday. Usually you're supposed to do the notes right like after the session so you don't forget anything, but I just prefer to take notes during the session so that I guess don't forget, and then I will usually either do them later that day or do them the following day. So when you write like documentation notes, it depends kind of where you're working or what you prefer. My organization uses SERP note format, so it's basically the S stands for whatever the symptom or the situation is, so kind of just describing how the client's doing that day, any like updates in their symptoms, anything like that. Then the I is intervention, so you just kind of talk about what you did in the session. The R is for response, so it's just how did the client respond to it. And then the P is for progress, so you know, how has the client, I guess, progressed since the last session? What improvements have you seen? The notes usually end up being about a page, so it is quite lengthy. I guess that's not super long, but when you have multiple clients and you're writing, you know, a page for every client, it does kind of add up. It is almost 1 o'clock and I have my supervision at 1 o'clock. So clinical interns have to do at least 1 hour of supervision per week. And basically what that is you meet with a licensed therapist who is like your supervisor and just kind of talk to them about your clients and debrief on, you know, your week and ask any questions that you might have. Really, it's just to have some support there and make sure that you're doing good. So I have that for about an hour now. Okay, so I just finished my supervision. It ends at 2 and now I see my client at 2:15. So it's kind of hectic. I'm always like a little bit flustered with that time. My supervision always usually runs over, like right now it's 2:07, 2:08 actually. So I only have like a few minutes to kind of go to the bathroom or get ready for my next session. It's just a lot of talking all at once, but yeah. And then this lasts till, every session's about an hour, so this will last till 3:15. So I finished with my client at 3:15. And now I just made some tea here. It's just like this like chai latte K-cup thing that we got from my boyfriend's mom. Oftentimes I kind of need like a caffeine boost later in the day. So now I am just going to go back to doing like notes and stuff. So we also have to do pretty lengthy assessments when we first start seeing clients. It can take anywhere from like 2 to 4 sessions to complete it. And then we ask them the questions during the session, but you have to go back and kind of fill out the assessment. So that's something that I'm going to be working on now. This is the 3rd session I've been trying to complete this. So I think just one more session with this client and I should be done. So it is now 4 o'clock and it's almost time for my meeting with my other client. So I was finishing kind of notes, assessments. Some other things I do is just respond to emails or text messages asking about like clients and stuff like that. I also take some time to make my to-do list for the following day so that it's a little bit more organized and I know what I need to get done. All right, so it's almost 4:15, which means I'm just about to start my last client of the day. My Thursday afternoons go by so fast because it's just like meeting after meeting after meeting. The time just like flies by. And sometimes I feel like I'm not being productive, which I don't know why, because I am. I mean, the main part of my job is like seeing clients, but maybe it's just because I'm like talking to people for so much of that time. And I mean, although it can be stressful, it's also just, I don't know, like talking, like it doesn't feel like I'm physically like working or doing something. I'm definitely still exhausted by the end of the day nonetheless. My Thursdays are always the craziest day, so by the time it's like 5:30 and I'm just making dinner, that's like my time to zen out. So I have finished up my last session with my client, so that kind of ends my work day. Now it's a little bit after 5, so I'm going to start making dinner. So dinner is ready. We just have some cooked cabbage and onions and some chicken with like a balsamic cranberry glaze, and then some rosemary potatoes. So after I finish dinner, we usually just watch TV for a while. Right now we're watching the newest season of You. And then that pretty much concludes my night. I mean, I take a shower and get my pajamas on, and usually put a face mask on or make a cup of tea, and then read for like an hour or so before I go to bed. I'm still currently reading the 3rd Outlander book, and then I'm usually in bed by 9 or 10. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it and would like to see more of these videos, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see those future videos, please hit that subscribe button below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.